cancer sufferers who are being represented in the 10K run. Women from all walks of life, young and old, are also doing their part and lending their support. BBC presenter Sharanjit Lail is just one of a number of dynamic and successful businesswomen running the race. Although her work schedule is hectic, Sharanjit makes time to stay healthy and fit. But even she has felt the shadow of cancer in her family.
My father passed away from a brain tumor when he was just 57. So for me it was a kind of a clarion call. I knew that I had to kind of keep fit and be healthy because there was a high likelihood within my family of cancer happening. So for me I think it's important to raise money for a woman's cause like that, and it's also actually quite nice to run with women. I don't find myself as stressed when there's other women around, whereas, you know, I've done the Stand Chart and I've done a few other races when there's men around. You know, they're very aggressive, they grunt and they push forward, and you know, women are just nicer to run with, I think.
There's also another select group taking part in the race, and they comprised elite professional runners who compete regularly against the best in the world. Among them is Susie Walsham, champion of the inaugural Great Eastern Women 10K run in 2006 and runner-up in 2007. Susie is an ex-Commonwealth Games athlete, and she still fondly remembers running her personal best over the 10-kilometer distance in the 2006 run.
I totally didn't expect to win. As I said, I wasn't as fit as I'd like to be, and I ran with the pack for about half of it and then pulled away. And then with about 2K to go, my lack of fitness kicked in, and the last 2K was so hard. So I think just finishing, you know, I was very happy to finish, and you know, very surprised to have won.
Maintaining herself in top physical condition is a priority for this accomplished Australian runner. And even though she has to juggle her competitive running with a full-time career, Susie still manages to fit in an intensive training regime.
It is challenging and it's a constant effort. I'm tired a lot of the time. You know, like I said, I have to sleep during the day on weekends to catch up. But you know, it's something that I love doing, and I think if you dedicate and love doing something, then you know, you follow that, and it takes a bit of discipline, but you know, I think it's worth it.
As a new Singapore permanent resident, she now has even further incentive to bring the title home. But Susie is also running for another cause, and one that's very close to her heart.
More recently in Australia, one of our top marathon runners who actually won the Commonwealth Games sustained breast cancer while she was pregnant with her third child, and she got through that, but now she's suffering very bad liver cancer. So you know, that's, you know, 2 years ago she's on top of the world, and now she's, you know, fighting for her life. So I think, you know, definitely having, you know, a charity and a cause to raise awareness for is very important.
With final preparations made, the competitors are now geared up and ready for the Great Eastern Women's 10K. The only thing that the organisers have not been able to control is the notoriously unpredictable Singapore climate. Although the rain has stayed away, the island's infamous humidity is on the rise, and it's got some of the runners worried.
A little nervous. Yeah. I just go out and do my best. It's a bit steamy, but you know, we'll see how we go. I'm used to cold places, but no problem.
Apart from the elite racers at the head of the pack and the fun runners bringing up the rear, there are several other race categories under contention. Many busy career women have found time to participate in the run. Companies have also sent groups of their executives to take part. A youth initiative by the Singapore Sports Council has also encouraged schools to turn out in force. Everyone is anticipating a fast finish for this year's race, with a smoother course and a relatively flat circuit. Last year's winning time of 33 minutes 46 seconds is just waiting to be broken. An amazing 10,000 runners have turned out in force for both the 10-kilometer and 5-kilometer race. Right from the start, First-time participant Anita Kiptum from Kenya takes a small lead from the closest rival, Susie Walshman. This year's winner of the Kuala Lumpur Marathon, Frida Lodepa, also from Kenya, follows closely in third place, trying to catch up with the front runners. Trailing in fifth place is local favorite Chi Hui, trying her best to represent the home crowd. At the halfway line, the gap between Anita and Susie has grown to a commanding 100 meters. The 10K run has been designed to be as scenic as it is challenging for the runners. Taking a circular course through the heart of the city, both the 10K and 5K routes pass by some of Singapore's most iconic landmarks. From the Formula One pit building, site of Singapore's inaugural Grand Prix, to the giant Singapore Flyer towering over the Marina Bay area, to the unmistakable Esplanade theatres on the bay, the route takes in the city's most famous attractions before making a homeward turn past the grand old Victoria Theatre and finally on to the finish line.